The time now is 8:14. Hurricane season is here, like it or not. Officials say there is no better time than now to prepare for the worst, and that includes medical preparations. Joining us to talk about that this morning, some things to keep in mind and check off your list, is Turo's Chief Medical Officer, Christopher Lege. Dr. Lege, good morning to you. It's important to have an emergency plan, and that includes a medical emergency plan?
That's right, John, and I'm happy to join this morning. With hurricane season kicking off last week, we've been finalizing our preparations here at Turo and at LCMC Health. And we always include information to our employees and our staff about having an individual plan for upcoming hurricane season. That includes both family members, pets, and other extended family who may have medical needs, and sort of really preparing for that as we head into the season.
And you were telling me you actually encourage your staff members to go on that state website, get a game plan.
Correct. There's a very good state website called getagameplan.org that really walks you through the process of having a plan for either sheltering in place if it's not a severe storm, but there may be interruption in city services for a while, or if you have to and find need to evacuate or find transportation out of the city. It's a very good website to access that information.
You know, let's face it, if it's a stressful time for anybody who's new to the area. Obviously, it's maybe a little bit of added stress of trying to figure out what you should bring and all of that. As you're packing up your supplies, remember to bring documents.
Correct. So I think what makes it less stressful is to be prepared and sort of have this plan and have a plan that includes, when you're evacuating, having important documents with you. If you're someone who's on chronic medicine or medications, having an accurate and up-to-date list of those medicines with you as you evacuate, taking into account medications that may need to be stored or refrigerated. And having all that as part of your plan. So as a storm approaches, you can sort of check off that list. And again, that reduces stress, and including providing that information to your family members and those around you.
I think one of the things they talk about on Get a Game Plan is having enough water, a 3-day supply of water. And by that, they mean water for everybody in the car has a 3-day supply.
Correct. And that's, because evacuation can involve many things. So I do think you have to think about the people that you're going to have with you, or whether you're going to have pets with you, and include that in packing that, what we call a go kit. Water being one of the important things for that kit.
We've got about a minute here, so I want to make sure we talk about some things when it comes to prescriptions, because that can be an issue. It's good to have a first aid kit, for example, but what about prescriptions? When you're going out of town, how do you get something filled? What's involved there?
Yeah, so I think you can always reach out to your providers for advice and information during hurricane season. I think it's very important during hurricane season to really pay attention to supplies of meds, not letting things get and dwindle down to sort of low supplies. And then in that go kit, making sure you pack enough supplies with you, and then bringing that medication list in case you lose something on the way. You have an accurate list. A lot of patients do have online portal access, which is a great thing nowadays to be able to access your health information online. But if you don't happen to have Wi-Fi access or cellular access, that may be limited for periods of time.
Right, and you can't count on that. Very good point. Dr. Christopher Lege from Turo, thanks so much for the advice. Appreciate it.
Thank you, John. Happy to be here.